Welcome to Later is Greater, Women Over 60 Embracing Life. I'm so glad you chose to be here today because it's the beginning of a new year and we're going to talk about how to discover your true self and live authentically. Stay with me to the end of this episode for a special guided meditation to set your day with positivity. Also, to help you dive deeper into today's topic, I've created a simple journaling worksheet with 3 reflective prompts. Check out the link in the description box. But first, why is living authentically important? Why are the self-help gurus talking about this? Recently, I heard both Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins discuss this. Personally, I first realized this was a thing when I couldn't answer the question, how do you want to live? In other words, how do you want to live to be true to yourself? This was my lawyer's office. He was asking me this in our first meeting to discuss my divorce proceedings, and that question stumped me because the very thought of how I want to live was never even on my radar in the first place. I mean, I had a black belt in codependency. However, at the outset, I thought in vague terms. For example, I want to live with no stress. I don't want anybody asking me to do things for them. And I want the freedom to do what I want when I want. My problem was that I didn't know how to change my life so I could actually live that way. You see, women of our generation are the emotional glue of the household. We make our home operate like a well-oiled machine, as well as raising a family. We support everybody's agendas and their goals. Any goals and aspirations that we have for ourselves is always on the bottom of the list, and usually not something we ever get to do. Over time, we give up and we forget about it. We just do whatever it takes to keep the peace. But there is nothing more beautiful in our lives than being true to ourselves, being who we were meant to be. And the older we get, the more precious that life becomes to us. Finding our authentic self becomes very important, and it begins with finding that part of you that you suppressed as you took on other roles in life. This self-examination is the beginning of your self-awareness, which is, by the way, the foundation for living authentically. But let's first define self-awareness. It is a conscious knowledge of your own personality or character. When you are self-aware, you have an accurate and clear understanding of your personality, your strengths, your weaknesses, and your beliefs. In other words, self-awareness means you know what makes you tick and what your line in the sand is, what you are willing to accept and not accept. And still, it goes deeper than that. Self-awareness also includes having an understanding of how others perceive you. A lack of self-awareness can lead to confusing or frustrating experiences that cause strain in your relationships, your career, your happiness, and the overall balance in your everyday life. So now that we know what self-awareness is, what do we do about it? How do we develop it? Once you gain a strong sense of self, you are able to shed light on limiting beliefs that you may have and emotional reactions that stand in your way from becoming your higher, your truer self. It's more than just losing your shit when the driver takes your parking spot at the grocery store. It's recognizing patterns in your life, the way you respond, and the way you feel. So, when you identify what you need to work on, you gain the power to take tiny adjustments to your life and build a truer version of you. This is what gives you a strong sense of self. When you have this strong sense of self, you're able to choose how you think, feel, and react because you are fully aware of your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. This awareness is how you take control of your life. Self-awareness also illuminates the real reasons for past failures and challenges. You know, we often dismiss our failures as bad luck, poor decision-making, lack of proper timing, but It's also possible that we have surrendered our boundaries. I know that was my case. We settle in order to keep the peace and avoid confrontations that would only add to our level of frustration in the first place. So ask yourself, what aspects of your life are you struggling with? What is your line in the sand on that aspect? Often our struggles are because we don't defend our boundaries. There are people in our life that are boundary busters, and as long as we go along with them, we can keep the peace. But the price to keeping that peace is our loss of joy, our loss of happiness, and even our sense of security. In the end, is that really keeping the peace for ourselves? So self-awareness is where to begin our personal progress and take back control of our life. It is the cornerstone of self-development. Without self-awareness, you cannot effectively uphold your boundaries and apply yourself so you can live on your terms. Now, this won't happen overnight. It needs to be nurtured and developed. Personally, I had to revisit this time and time again until I had narrowed it down to what I needed to change. I had neglected myself for so long that it took me years to remember who I was. However, be prepared, because when you start changing, that's when you get resistance from the boundary busters, because all of a sudden it's inconvenient to them. They are accustomed to you being a people pleaser, and now you're not. So that's when boundary busters start letting you know they are not happy. And this is where you need to explain to them what your goals are and how you would like them to help you meet those goals. How can they, in practical terms, come alongside and enable you to go forward with your goals? It's a simple but fair conversation, and it is unique to your circumstances. Starting today, you can begin building self-awareness. The first step is to make a list of your daily habits or things you want to change, and mark each habit or thing as positive or negative. Then, just pick one that you want to work on. It could be something positive that you want to develop further, or you can pick a negative habit or thing that you want to change, and make a plan in both cases for changing your chosen habit or thing. Now, as you do this, your list will change because you are changing. It's a process unique to you. It's what's called inner work. Inner work is just what the word implies, work. And sometimes it happens through tears. I know it was in my case, but those tears were good, because when we purge tears, we purge the negative out of our life, and we create space for something better to fill it. I know how hard it is to do this inner work. I would rather vacuum than do this, but eventually it becomes necessary so that you can keep your peace. When I started doing my inner work, I treated it as a journaling activity. Soon, I started to doodle in my journal and even paint on my journal page. This became something that I actually looked forward to. This creative outlet also helped lower the volume of anxiety and frustration. You know, it's been scientifically proven that creative work initiates a relaxation response throughout your body. I have created a playlist on my YouTube channel devoted to this. It's not an art tutorial. It's a meditative, relaxing activity that is budget-friendly. I'll link it below. If today's episode resonates with you, be sure to check out my playlist, How to Discover Your Authentic Self After 60. It's filled with practical tools and inspiration to guide you on this journey. Now that we've talked about self-awareness and how to begin this inner work, let's take a moment to practice some positive affirmations. These affirmations can reinforce your personal growth and empower you as you embrace your authentic self. If you don't have 5 minutes to listen to it now, I've created a separate bonus video so you can come back to it when you have a quiet moment. I want to thank you for being here and joining me on this journey of self-discovery. I hope you'll come back again soon. Those of you who wish to continue on with me in the guided meditation for positive affirmations, let's begin. Welcome to this 5-minute guided meditation. positive affirmations for growth and peace. This meditation is designed to uplift your spirit, boost self-belief, and inspire personal growth. It's perfect for someone who is busy and needs a moment of calm and clarity amidst the day. Thank you for being here. You could do these affirmations in any way that you like. You can repeat them out loud or in your mind. You can write them in your journal while listening or while walking your dog, or you can just simply listen along. You might want to pick one or two affirmations that resonate deeply with you and write them in your journal. To begin, set yourself up in a comfortable space and set the intention to settle into a quiet moment of time. Begin by taking a deep breath. This calms your mind and helps to focus on the present moment. Inhale, fill all the way up, hold it at the top, and exhale slowly. Let's start our positive affirmations. I am committed to bettering myself each day. I choose to prioritize growth over perfection. I am learning from every experience. I embrace change with grace and courage. I am confident in my ability to create positive change in my life. I am strong, determined, and focused. I am worthy of my dreams and aspirations. I am capable of overcoming any obstacle. I am proud of who I'm becoming. I am patient with myself. I am the architect of my own life. I am embracing my full potential. I am discovering new strengths within myself. I am releasing what no longer serves me. I am worthy of love, joy, and abundance. I am stepping into the truest version of myself. I am creating a life I love. I am focusing on what I can control. I am letting go of what I cannot control. I am choosing growth over comfort. Every step I take brings me closer to my goals. I trust the timing of my personal journey. I release self-doubt and I embrace self-belief. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. My heart and mind are open to transformation. I am looking forward to my future with enthusiasm. I choose courage over comfort. I am redefining myself every day. My life is unfolding perfectly for my greatest good. Every day, I am better than I was the day before. I am worthy of my dreams and desires. My goals are achievable and within reach. I choose to approach life with a positive mindset. I am exactly where I need to be. I am excited for my future and all of the ways I will grow. That was the last of our affirmations. Let's finish with one more deep breath and embrace all of the positive ideas that came into you with these affirmations. Hold and then exhale slowly. I hope you enjoyed these affirmations and that you're inspired to begin your inner work and take steps to return to your authentic self. Set aside any need for perfection and put your focus on the process. If you have time before you go, leave a comment and let me know what resonates with you. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. It really goes a long way to help support my work. Thank you so very much for spending this time with me. I sincerely hope this has been helpful. I wish you an empowered new week and new year. Hope to see you back here soon. And before I go, I need to read this to you. This podcast is presented only for educational and entertainment purposes. I'm just here talking as a friend that comes alongside with a cup of coffee. I'm not a licensed therapist, and this podcast is not intended as a substitute for the advice of a physician, a professional coach, a psychotherapist, or any other qualified professional. Thank you.